Welcome back, guys. It is a beautiful day outside. Another day with no jacket. Last video I talked about the jacket that I wear. It's just a shell, no base layer or insulation to it. That's where I just wear like my little Columbia quilted jacket underneath it just to keep the cold shell off you if it's a little chilly out, and then stuff it into my bag on the way home. But other than that, that thing is absolutely awesome. And it's definitely a good investment. That one has straps on your arms to pull the fabric in so it doesn't slap around, and has a strap or buckles with cinches on each side of you which go around your waist to pull the back and sides in. Sides in, so that way it doesn't flap around and blow all over the place, beat you up. Trying a little different route here. I have to run over to, I think it's Northern Tool. I got to pick up some picks, they call them. It looks like a needle on wooden stick. I need that to take apart the ignition assembly, the actual key assembly. I got it out of the car. Actually, I've had it out. I got to take that all apart, take the electronic stuff out of the old one, put it in the new one, so the car recognizes it, because the car cluster, your speedometer and all that stuff, and it's just safety, recognizes that electronics that attaches to that key ignition, and then your key is also part of that system. So just to change it out, it came out of a MK4, MK5 Volkswagen. I'm not sure, I'm not real good with the Volkswagen. I think it's MK4. Same year and all, but different. Look at this. They got a huge acceleration lane, but they stop. That's Lynchburg for you. That's why you got to watch. Look at how long this lane is. Look on my right side. Look at it. Still next to you, still next to you, still next to you. Look how long it is. Still going. Now it comes over. That whole distance she could have been accelerating to come on. People do not understand roundabouts and acceleration lanes. I don't know how it is in your place where you live, but I'll tell you, here they do not know how to use them. That is one of the biggest accident causing places on the highway. Is somebody will just start going and then stop, and the person behind them thinks they went, then what is watching traffic, which it is their fault. They're supposed to watch in front of them, but they slam into the back of them because the person stops and doesn't use the acceleration lane. Anyway, back on the jacket. Yeah, so it has all the straps and everything like that to tighten it up around you. So it's, a good investment on a jacket will last you, for one, and two, make your riding much more comfortable in not the best of riding conditions. But other than that, it's a super jacket. Just got to find time to shoot some of these videos. I mean, between work and getting these cars done. Anyway, so I got to get a set of pics. I'm jumping around. It's like squirrel. I'm trying to concentrate on the road, and then talk about different subjects is a little difficult. But yeah, we're doing 60, 62, and 55, 65, 68, 70, 74, 75, 77, 78, doing 70. That car to my left will not slow down, will not let me go around. Even they went all the way up to 80 miles an hour to make sure I did not get on the side of them. That's funny. Now you wonder what those people, what their driver's license looks like, as in their record. Because it's just not with me that they will not let somebody around them or will not let somebody pass them. They have to be in front no matter what. This is just one of my little rants. And so they got to do it a lot of times, and there's so many times that there's undercover, traffic officers in cars or whatever, and their driver's license got to look like I don't know what, with all the points and everything. But that's it. We take off this way. This is Candler's Mountain up here. You've probably seen this one in some of my other videos. A bunch of traffic lights right up here, so I have a feeling I'm going to be editing some of these out. But we will see if I can make it through some of these without too long of a delay, because I don't want to bore you guys. But, so back on the ignition. So I got to take apart take all the electronic stuff off of it. Alright, we got a red light here. Let me edit this out, and I'll get back to you. Hold on. Alrighty, I'm back. Here we go. We're moving again. Yeah, so I got to put the electronics on there. That way the cluster, because I tried just putting the new one in there and seeing if I could reprogram it, and it would be a job to program one that has been programmed to a different vehicle, to erase that memory and put it in towards, you know, my wife's car. So it's easier for me to just take it back out, put the electronics from her car back on the new ignition, or new to me. I guess the guy totaled there, it was out of a junk shop or something like that. It was only like 80 bucks. They're normally almost 300 for the key ignition system. And this came with a key and everything. So the deal you can't beat. Here's it right up here on the right. So you can't beat the deal. But alright, so I'm going to pull up in here, pick up these two picks. Need them, push in the tabs, and it's like little needles you got to slide down in there, push the tabs open. But I'll get back to you as soon as I get out. Talk to you in a bit. Hold on. Alright, that was quick and painless. Whole whopping $2.08. They were 99 cents each. So that worked out perfect. Whoop. There you go. Got a little wheel there. I'll tell you, this thing is too much fun. It doesn't take nothing to give it too much gas, especially on a turn like that, and spin that back wheel. Alrighty. You've seen this before. This is Ward's Road. This is a madhouse during rush hour, and, well, what we call rush hour around here. People hate it just here on Ward's Road, and I mean, as much traveling as I've done all over the country, I'd like to see them drive in Tampa or Dallas, Seattle, anywhere along the West Coast. Oh my gosh. It's real ugly. Crazy ugly. This is nothing. But, alright, hold on, red light. Let me edit this thing out. Alright, here we go. So, but yeah, I can't wait to get the exhaust on here and see how that does. It's not real loud. It's going to definitely be louder. From what the manufacturer, I've talked to them, they're saying anywhere from 5 to 8 horsepower is what it does for motorcycles. So this is, I don't know, I guess close. They're not sure. They've put them on other type Can-Ams, like I forget which one they called it, but it's like the side-by-side. And they said it was definitely, you know, at least 5 horsepower more, you know, with that exhaust. So, and I've heard, they sent me a couple links with videos, and I heard it, and with the DB killer, it says that insert to make it baffled a little more. It sounds really nice and deep, you know, throaty. So that'll be good. I like that. Plus, a little more noise will make you seen more, you know, a little more visible. This is kind of small, and the more noise you can make, you know, to make people aware that you're there, they may not come over on you or turn into you or whatever. You know, this thing is very quiet for a motorcycle, or whatever you want to call it. 3-wheeler. I don't call them trikes because it's not a 1 up front and 2 in the back, so I call them 3-wheelers. But if you ride one and you get a little adventurous with it or pushing it, how do you like the turning, the handling? I love it. It is amazing. And I keep mine on Eco. Someone asked me, do I keep it on Eco or Sport most of the time? I just start it and go. So it starts in Eco. You have to actually push the buttons to put it in different modes. especially in this pollen's killing me, especially, in sport mode or something. But yeah, coming around, like if you're in eco, just just normal driving, you push it coming around a turn and the tire starts lifting up, or you start sliding a little, drifting. You can feel it brake. It actually tries to protect you, so it's really cool in that sense. If you want to have fun, push the button a couple times, go into the sport mode, and then you just better just hang on, because it will slide and everything else. I came around the turn the other day. It was in the morning. It was all wet, rain that night. Man, we got some traffic up here. It goes all the way up there under the highway. I guess there's an accident up there or something. I'm going to have to turn around up here. I'll get back on that subject about the rain and whipping around a turn. Hold on, let me edit this out. All right, here we are. We're cutting up through Liberty University. I spun a U-ey, came back, and then went in through the tunnel, and we're going to go up through Liberty and up over the mountain, get away from that accident. But yeah, so I was pushing it pretty hard coming around there, and the front wheels, I guess, started sliding a little bit. I was doing probably 40 miles an hour on the turn, and you could feel it brake, and it brought it right back under control, instead of sliding across the lane. So that was really cool. I like that traction control. It's definitely a good benefit. And I like the idea you could take it off too if you want to go out and have fun. And, understand, you can handle it. But I like the idea that it starts in eco mode, so that way it's there to protect you. Here's those roundabouts. Sorry, I'll get back on that. Here's those roundabouts. People stop at these all the time and nobody's coming. It's like, no, it's a yield. You just watch, make sure nobody's coming. They don't understand the roundabouts yet here in Lynchburg. Darn, the allergies. And riding this thing don't help, see, so you just got to make sure nobody's coming my way. They're not, so you just go right around. There's no need to stop traffic. It's crazy. But yeah, the dorms are up ahead. The 460, the highway I come down, is right down there. That's where I normally buzz right past, underneath those bridges. But I'll go up over that mountain in front of us. But yeah, I like that it starts in eco mode and it's there to protect you. And you have to physically put it into sport mode and you realize that you are in control, that this thing is not going to counter your stupidity or mistake, that you have to drive it. So that's really cool. But yeah, so let me know how yours does with the traction control and all that other stuff. If you've pushed the limits a little bit and you felt it kick on, what you think of it. It kind of catches you off guard the first couple times, feeling it brake, and it's like an anti-lock brake kind of, and dampers the motor and everything, pulls the throttle back on you. So it is definitely working, has a lot of sensors. I'm tired today. And this is a long roundabout way just to pick up something at the store because of an accident. But I am not going to argue, not riding this thing. And that's the other thing why I ride it all the time. It's not because it's new or, it's something cool. It's just, I don't like being in a car. I don't like the windshield and doors and you're like in a steel coffin. I like being out, free, feel the breeze, drive actually. You actually drive the vehicle. And have that excitement and just, it brings you out. It's hard to explain. Other people that ride motorcycles and all, that's why I rode my motorcycle for all those years. It's, just gets you out there and feels good. This over a motorcycle, if you ride in all types of conditions and you're not a seasoned, very well seasoned motorcycle rider, this thing is 1,000 times safer and easier to ride in inclement weather, wet weather, gravel across the road, debris in the road, over the motorcycle. I have a little bit of experience compared to what I've seen other people, years and 20 years experience. I don't have that, so I have a little bit of experience, fairly good, and it still gets you nervous. You come whipping around a turn like this at 40 or 50 and there's gravel washed across the road. You got to think quick. You know, on this thing, yeah, you still gotta watch, but it does everything for you. You know, you don't have to worry about the front end swooping out and hitting the ground like a rock. So it works great in that sense. Braking on this is, you know, I think it's pretty darn good, especially with the anti-lock brakes. A lot of the newer motorcycles have anti-lock brakes, so that's, you know, that's comparable. But I think it works really well with the anti-lock brakes. I've pushed on it real hard, and it does fine. Would I like it a little bit tighter? Yeah, I would probably up them a little bit, especially on something that does go so fast. It still feels like they just use the brakes off of like a four-wheeler, and I would prefer something that has a little more grab to it. But I guess with the anti-lock brakes, you really don't need it. You just slam them on and it'll do the work for you. But this road here, you've seen me come up this road a couple times. At the end there, I'll make a right, and that's the other road that I come down that I'm turning onto. And that's the one with the mound in the middle where it wants to wander all over the place. That's Sunnymead. This road's real nice. This isn't bad at all. Nice, easy cruise. If you cut through the woods right to my right here, across this horse field, I guess about a mile, 2 miles, that would be right where I live. It comes right up in my backyard. You'd have to cut through the woods. But but that's it. So I pretty much went off onto handling, started on jacket, and people not knowing how to drive, not knowing how to use acceleration lanes or roundabouts. You saw the acceleration lane, and that is so typical where people stop at the bottom of the ramp. When I was over in Germany, the acceleration lanes were, I bet you, every bit of 2 miles long, because you had to get up way over 100 miles an hour to get out onto the highway. And if you stopped, you would have got, it's so much trouble. They do not tolerate that. So that was really cool. Yeah, here they just, I don't know, I'm from up north or New Jersey and all that, and they come around the turn. They're always in a hurry, so you don't have to worry about them about stopping and not accelerating to get onto the highway. They're already at top speed by the time they even make the turn to get onto the highway. So this is that road, Sunnymead. I normally come from the left to head home that way and shoot down this way. So you've seen this already, so I'm just going to cut it short. I'm already way up there in video. But thanks for joining me again, and hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave some comments on what you want to see, any other topics, and I'll get with you. Talk to you guys later. Be safe.